no commercial. Yay!
You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me! I'm right, aren't I? I knew it!
Thanks, everyone. Sorry. I'm eating chocolate.
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
No.
Boom, baby.
It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You too?
Me too.
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine's different.
Enlighten me, please.
With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. 'Cause in my picture... See? I'm the only one not in it.
Ah, but you missed your opportunity to say, let's dance. I'm gonna go sit in a corner now. Thank you. I figured as much, in which case...
Hero, you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
This one too. It's just like I thought. Damn it, Makoto, stop eating chocolate during the trial. It's so inappropriate. How can you be snacking at a time like this?
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Yeah! Yay!
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other.
I don't understand. Like, why would you think that everyone's betraying you and suddenly trust the evidence that Monokuma gave you? Because he's totally trustable, right?
The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
I laid a trap?
Well, before you ask, okay, let's go through with either a raised hand or a just answering me or something. Who has beaten this game before? I mean, I don't think I can, even if I say you can post your question, doesn't mean I can necessarily answer it, and doesn't mean anyone else can necessarily answer it. But if they're theories because you haven't beaten the game before, theories are fine if you haven't beaten the game before. But I think that's only for people that haven't beaten the game or haven't seen the game before. Ah, okay. Oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. So Nightmare has. I know Biss saw me last time I streamed it. Okay. Yeah, feel free to drop theories, guys. Don't think you can't discuss what you feel. Discuss your feels. We're that kind of stream where we discuss our feels. I love you, man. I love you.
A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
Oh, well, fair enough. If you feel like discussing, go ahead. throw it out there. And if you feel like keeping quiet, that's also okay. The proof I need to reveal Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown in the group photos. And that person is... the one who got the photos. Toko. That's so mean.
In each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it.
No, you brought back pedophiles, damn it! That was supposed to be buried and gone. Oh, okay, remix. It's buffering. No, save clockwork.
So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing.
I love how Celeste isn't wearing any kind of uniform.
And in the picture Hiro got, he's the only one missing.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
Are you back, Clockwork? Are you? I hope so. Yes, let's talk about your photo.
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
But you know, there might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's picture. What is it? What's digging at me?
Listen, can I see everyone's group photo one more time?
Yay, Clockwork!
It's not
Welcome
directly
back.
connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Tracksuit Kyoko.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm sure there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them one more time. Byakuya's picture. Why is there a giant fish in the pool? How about we talk about that? Oh, look at Kyoko in a swimsuit! Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! Look at Celeste also not giving a fuck again. Hina's picture. Look at Kyoko in the Hiro's picture. Look at Kyoko! And mine. There's something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something...
Can you just forget about the photo already?
No.
Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake? No, I assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah. He looks like he's gonna die.
Yeah!
From running around.
I don't remember
Aww.
ever taking a picture like that.
Death jokes are never okay to this group of people, I suppose.
So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Yeah.
Huh?
Don't get me wrong, I don't remember taking this picture either. But is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason. Some terrible reason. An unbelievable but entirely horrifying reason. I already know what this is, I think. I solved it before it popped up. Let me see how many letters. Yep, I got it. Give me an M. M. Give me an M. M. Give me an E. Give me an S. Give me an S. Give me an A. What does that spell? That.
Now I understand.
Amnesia. It's Nike, the cheerleader.
Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense. As if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Yeah, we all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
About as crazy as being locked up in a school and being told to kill each other to get out. So weird. It's only natural that they wouldn't believe it. But no matter how much they refuse, if that's the absolute truth, they have no choice. We can't move forward until they accept it. And there's another way to prove it besides those pictures. Flawless victory. Well, this is much easier than the Dangan Ronpa 2 version. Oh my, that's a lot of clues.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
So the idea that we all lost our memories
is totally stupid, obviously.
Now, it can either be group profile or, group picture. There must be more evidence than those pictures that we all lost our memories. Oh, I know what it is then. Yep, I had the right idea.
We all got spontaneous. Since when did this turn into some? I promise you, ever since I got to the school, I remember everything that's happened.
Oh, I'm not right.
Shoot!
So the group photo then, because then we don't remember taking them,
You're
correct?
saying we all got spontaneous
Since when did
this turn into some kind of
That's the
sci-fi?
only...
I promise you, I haven't lost. Ever since I got to the school, I remember everything that's happened.
Oh, is it the purple? Is the purple... blah, blah, blah? Maybe I have to get rid of the purple. Oh! Is that the clue? Oh my god!
We all got spontaneous
Thank you. Maybe if I cycled through the flippin' evidence, I wouldn't be such a derp.
I promise you, I haven't lost. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
Wait! No!
Idea that we all lost something is totally stupid, obviously. You're saying
we all got
spontaneous. Since when did this turn
into some kind of sci-fi?
I promise you, I haven't lost mine. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
I'm just gonna do it.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
wrong.
I'm like, no, it's gotta be this. It's gotta be that. And you're like, no,
Those
DVD.
photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss.
Whoops! Flawless victory, Nightmare. Flawless victory. Oh, I should save. That's not how you save. I should save by clicking my map. On this slot, though. Just in case. They don't want to have to... I mean, I'm fine, but still.
This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
Derp, derp.
No, it's nothing like
Derp,
that.
derp. That's what I do best.
It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
Ultimate derp gamer.
When you say all of us, you mean...
All of us.
I mean all of us, including you.
You lie! I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
What are you saying?
Actually, knowing Dangan Ronpa, That wouldn't be too weird for them to say it'll show us something indecent. It wouldn't be out of character for a character to say that, especially Monokuma.
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Well, we don't have
There's a
any
boob
way to
joke in
refute
there.
it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here!
Living, breathing amnesia.
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
You said, yo, man.
We'd say no, obviously.
No, like, he literally said, yo, man. Because it's so out of character for Togami.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
Oh, actually, Hiro actually has one of my favorite lines in the entire game. When it comes up, I will point it out to you.
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Then, we really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
But how could someone just steal our memories?
How? Come, that hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
The original motive.
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does. But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
So until we do that, well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. So, the one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably a million miles away.
Nope.
No, that's wrong. There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
Oh, oops. Wrong button.
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
Objection! I mean...
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
But how'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Well, it's not me!
I blame Makoto!
What? Why me?
'Cause it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
What?
Oh, I get it! The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
No, I'm ultimate lucky.
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
Aw, Bess, are you okay?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Sure! Mukuro's actual cause of death must have been...
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came
What is
here.
this? Oh no! Oh, why didn't I see that coming?
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know...
You're wrong.
She denied me before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
If you're so sure we're gonna deny you, why bother saying it in the first place? Aha! You remembered! You remembered Hina Muchacha!
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wins in battle.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, you guys want to see Hina Muchacha? That's actually my picture I made.
No, Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds.
Or,
in
oh,
battle.
you mean nobody wants to see Hina Muchacha?
The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much.
You were talking about Kyo-yo-yo-yo-yo.
Despite the time she
Still
spent in
good.
battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing. Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
Sure, Toko, what are we on about?
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro has all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Boobs.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night?
Yeah, for anyone who hasn't...
Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant.
Anyone who hasn't seen Dangan Ronpa 2 yet, I won't show you the picture yet, because I mean, it's not that there's anything to get, but you won't know the character, so maybe once we start it.
If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
The identity of the one who attacked me. I can't think of anyone else.
I got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me, but I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in.
What do you mean I'd lose a follower? Why would I lose a follower? I don't think you know the Dangan Ronpa fanbase very well.
Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
No, there's no way Mukuro's the one that attacked me. Even if I didn't see their face. I think I posted it to my thing when I first made it. It's been a while now. I think I did. I'm not sure. Mukuro had a very obvious Fenrir tattoo. Comparing that to the masked attacker, it should be obvious. The attacker didn't have a tattoo.
You never saw their face, so you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part?
Hang on, let me...
Is it the right hand? Or the left hand?
Which hand was it?
Maybe the right foot. Or perhaps the left foot.
Is it the right hand?
Or could it be the hand?
Oh my. Her most noticeable feature, the tattoo that marked her membership in Fenrir. That tattoo, wasn't a certain easy to spot area. Was it the right hand
You
though?
never
I can't
saw
remember.
their face, so you can't have anything telling you now. It was Mukuro.
You're wrong.
Even without, there's another part of the attack. Oh? And is it
The right hand or the left
Nope.
hand?
Is it the left hand?
Shoot!
Oh, not Kyoko. I thought you meant Hajime.
Never saw their face, so you can't have any idea who was under. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong.
Even if there's another part of the attack. Oh?
Is it the right hand?
Yay!
No, that's wrong.
It's the hips.
Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo. But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart,
Lisa.
so it could have been any of us.
Tearing you apart, Lisa.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been
Oh,
her.
you're funny, Monokuma. You're very funny.
Uh-oh! No snappy comeback? Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
I agree with a far cry away. Good job, everyone. Before anyone could say anything, she's gonna take off her gloves. Oh my gosh. Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burned skin.
Awful, isn't it?
You can see a little bit of it, actually, if you look carefully. It's definitely not the same color as her skin, but you can also see, like, all the marks as well.
It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on.
My scars should suffice as proof.
Mm-hmm.
Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
Definitely not.
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful! On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Plus, she's been, I know you haven't seen the whole game, so it's not your fault. Still feel free to, if you have any theories, post them. She also, she's been wearing her gloves for the entirety of the game, so I don't know. I mean, that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with it, but she has been wearing the gloves the entire time.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Oh, you guys think it's like that? I always assumed it was something corrosive. I thought that she burned her hands. Like, I thought something corrosive is for sure what I thought when Kyoko shows her hands.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet.
Like, I figured she handled some kind of chemical she shouldn't have. Nobody puts Monokuma in a corner.
Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
There's only one place. I can't think of anywhere else the body could have been stored. The pool! Or the kitchen.
I got it! Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue, so it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
The proof that shows the body was carried from the biolab to the garden. There's something that made its way from the biolab to the garden.
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Wood detective again.
Oh, it says biolab.
Yeah!
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
Shut up, you.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
But that's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room. isn't it?
You talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
An inconsistency in the biolab? Could you be talking about...
La la la, I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be talking about...
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What one thing?
What do you think? I'm talking about your family.
What?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message. So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. The inconsistency has to be that one area where the numbers just don't match up. Oh, bullet time?
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? I'm not listening!
Ah! What did I do? Oh, I had more than one... No! Wait! Ah! No!
What are you even talking about?
Whoops! Forgot I'm not playing on nice.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm
not
ready.
ready.
Listening!
This should prove it.
Whoops! I am ace defective.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is... the lights!
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
I knew Neil would be proud.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in. And there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
9 lights doesn't make sense. The number of lights that should be on is...
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
If the biolab were a morgue, how could the mastermind move Hifumi? Well, I think the mastermind usually moves the bodies, I'm guessing, either during the trial or after the trial. Unless you mean up all the stairs and stuff, then I have no idea.
Suspicious? Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
That's right. That's the key to solving this mystery. Sayaka died first. Junko was second. Leon was third. Chihiro was 4th. Mondo was 5th. Taka was 6th, then Hifumi was 7th. Celeste was 8th. Sakura was 9th. And victim number 10 was Mukuro. Special elevator despair access only.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious.
Or yeah, get an army of
But according
Monokumas.
to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
Huh?
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The reason there are less bodies than murders. The explanation for more murders than victims. Why is that? What would it take for that to make sense?
I got it! What about if the same person was killed twice?
Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far.
Hang on a second.
But one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. Still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
Oh, I can.
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Uh-oh. We're getting him mad. Good.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mondo Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu... whatever? Or maybe... Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Let's try this. Mukuro died from the wounds she had all over her body. Wasn't there someone else who suffered the same sort of injury? Who hasn't played it? Who hasn't played the game that can answer that question right now? Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat who hasn't played Dangan Ronpa that can answer this question before I do? Huh? Mm-hmm. It's okay, Biss. It's okay. Aw, watching the anime counts, though. Gotta be specific. Even if you don't know their name, say their hair color or something.
Is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko and Oshima?
No, that's wrong. Junko. Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
Good job, guys.
What do you mean?
Super good job. Ultimate detectives.
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her
That
body.
definitely matches Mukuro, right?
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
Then the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
so let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears.
Ah, I see what you did, Neo. That's amazing. That's an amazing hint.
Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... Yeah, what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Mukuro alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro? But can we really believe that? No, there's no way. There's no way Mukuro Ikusaba is still alive.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Can I steal that? Can I use that as evidence? For that to be true, then that couldn't have been her body we found in the garden. Is that really possible? No.
The body we found
It wasn't Mukuro.
No, that's wrong.
Sorry, the tattoo was there, Toko.
No, the body we found in
And
the
her
garden
body
was
shape,
Mukuro.
indeed.
That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Who's the other option, Toko? Someone's made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. There's only one person it could be.
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes.
And I know tattoos can be copied, but that would have to be some super artwork, right? To make it look authentic. Ultimate artist.
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade.
Stop showing me this, it hurts my feels.
But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Now that you mention it. I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse, like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. Hey, hey! I did check, absolutely, and I can say for sure.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Huh?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Ah! Well, welcome. Welcome. Good to have you here.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? I checked her. She was dead, I'm sure of it. But still, if she were alive somehow, could it be that Junko's not the one that died? It wasn't Junko, but someone else entirely? Maybe she used some sort of trick. Me too. One of my favorite series of all time. 8 letters, 7 letters, 6 letter, 5 letter. It's time for cheerleader Naegi again. Give me an L. Give me a D. Give me the D. Whoops.
Now I understand.
Purposeful joke was purposeful.
That's it! What if she switched places with someone else?
Switch places?
Replicow. You nailed it, Skyline.
That's right! Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Muko.